a year and a half ago, we decided that we are going to distribute our fertilizer on a digital platform using e-voucher. We registered 5 million farmers, and every farmer today in Kenya has a voucher that gives them a government subsidy, and therefore they pay less what the government has subsidized on fertilizer. It is amazing. And in fact, I went to one of the depots to see. There is no cash. Everybody has come with their phone, with their voucher, and they are paying using a digital platform. It has done three things for our Kenyan farmers. It has increased efficiency, it has increased transparency, and today we have a record as government as to how much money we are going to pay, because we can easily reconcile the vouchers that have been given out by our depots from what the farmers have bought. And number three, it has also given us accuracy that farmers are buying seeds and fertilizer that is certified by our KEFIS, the certifying agency in Kenya. So Peter here will tell you they worked with us on developing, again, the voucher framework with them, and many banks are part of that ecosystem. And I'm sure my good brother here from NCBA can confirm that the banking industry are now part of that ecosystem of working with us on that digital platform to be able to distribute fertilizer. One last thing is it's very interesting today on the predictability of weather. I mean, the simple gadgets that today are being used by farmers to know when to plant. They can predict up to a month of what's going to happen. And I find, even in my farm, that my farm manager can tell me we should plant on Tuesday next week because there will be rain on Thursday and Friday. And that really is phenomenal. This is something that has never been the case. So there is much more accuracy, especially in the context of climate change, on when farmers can plant, on when they can do the next step. And therefore, I would look forward to the rollout of the technology you have talked to me about, and hopefully we can build it into the ecosystem that exists at the moment.
Our parliament has also enacted legislation to transform healthcare, shifting the focus from curative to preventive, and that presents a very big space for investment. We have just advertised a big program that is going to require Siemens, many of the other companies, Eden, GE, and many others to invest in our healthcare infrastructure space. This is again another opportunity in the pharmaceutical space, medical devices, ARVs, medical equipment, and other health innovations. There are also opportunities in building private hospitals, cancer centers, and other special medical services. Although over 90% of Kenya's energy comes from renewable sources, there are still opportunities in the renewable energy sector. Currently, at least 90% of our grid is generated from renewable sources, primarily geothermal, wind, and solar. We are committed to achieving 100% renewable energy nationwide in 7 years. I invite the American private sector to invest in closing this gap. It's many small gap, but you can find your way in. We are harmonizing the corporate tax space with global standards. The requirement, for example, for you to pay tax for services out of Kenya has been removed. You can now go ahead and export whatever services that you are engaging out of Kenya without having to argue with the taxman. We are also working to make Kenya's export processing zones and special economic zones more competitive. And additionally, we are expanding our digital infrastructure to bridge the ICT gap, unlock opportunities in digital economy, and drive innovation. Nairobi is home to globally recognized Silicon Savannah. It's the centerpiece of our strategy to make Kenya a leading tech hub. I know many of you have heard about Konza. There's a whole ecosystem that is built out of Konza, and we are looking at opportunities and investment portfolio that can find their way into that tech system. And to the companies that are here, I'm sure I'm not sharing a very big secret, because many US tech companies have already figured this out, with brands like IBM, Cisco, Google here, Microsoft, and Oracle establishing a strong presence in Kenya. One that was mentioned here is that while I was here in May, we signed off a partnership between Kenya, UAE, and Microsoft to build the first ever data center out of our green energy resources in Naivasha. I'm happy to report that there is tremendous progress. The breaking ground of the site has already taken place, and I am looking forward to a very exciting moment. And that data center will be a shared resource. It will not be Kenyan. It will be a global resource. And I'm looking forward to other companies taking advantage of this piece of infrastructure. I remember speaking to Oracle about what they wanted to do and how we can partner with them in that space.